Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of We Are Not Entertained. I'm Brock Dorton, joined, finally, for the first time in 2 weeks on the podcast, by the one, the only, the second most handsome man in the room right now, Tommy Haley.
Stop gassing me. You're gassing me up. It's good to be back.
Yeah,
nice
we
to
missed
see
you.
that nothing has happened. I mean,
No.
you did go 52 minutes by yourself,
Yeah.
which was kind of what happened.
It's called Daniel Bryan versus William Regal happened.
Okay, apparently you also were marking out for Tyson Kidd.
Versus Trent Beretta, yeah. That's all I had on the last show was just that episode of Superstars.
Other than that, it's good to be back.
Yeah, Tommy, a little bit more to talk about this week.
Yeah, we're actually recording this in parts. So as this goes out, it's not going to be in parts.
Thankfully,
it's just going to be one big podcast. But as of this recording, it's going to be in parts. So part one, Brock, would you like to explain what we're doing in part one?
So last week, as I said, I was going to watch Heels by myself last week. Got 6 minutes in, went, this is way too damn good to review without Tommy. So I brought him back for this week, and we watched Heels.
Look,
and we're going to review it.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to get a stars account. I don't want to get stars, because, it's kind of, expensive. It's, a $10 add-on for Hulu. It's kind of expensive. But I don't want to waste $10 just to watch one show. Because, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. No wonder, thank God you decided not to do this by yourself. Thank God.
Why, thanks.
Shut up, Siri. Turn my watch off. Dude, it was so good. So good. So good. So let's see. Let's start.
Let's just get the other part is War Games, but you know we're just gonna get straight into Heels because, god damn,
God, it was so good.
Oh, aren't you glad that?
Yeah, I'm actually glad. I would have been pissed off if you did this episode by yourself.
Oh,
because it was that good.
Christ.
Thank God you're like, I can't watch this by myself. I mean, you may be watching it again later, but let's not talk about that. So this is the very first episode of Heels. So it gives us it's free on YouTube if you want to go watch it, and I highly suggest. You might have to boat when it's out. Go fucking watch it. Just it is. I can't describe how good it is from a wrestling fan's perspective. But here we are. So the video starts out with the rating for it, and we were jokingly saying TVMA with
nudity,
language and violence.
Yeah.
Which it's okay, the language and violence stuff I get, but the nudity stuff I'm okay. I don't know. We have as we're the long pauses. We have the NXT.
It's straight up starting now.
We have the War Games pre-show on right now as we're speaking.
Yeah. So.
But either way, the show starts with Stephen Amell
Typing.
the Young Bucks' best friend.
Shut up! Shut up!
With Stephen Amell, our Green Arrow. Ow!
I just chucked a ball at Tommy.
Stephen Amell literally.
Things are getting violent already
literally
here.
Booking a match as the match is happening, which I guess is the match that
intercutting.
Intercutting between him booking the match and
the spots
and the actual spots that he's actually writing down, which is which goes to okay, he's the main booker.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Which makes sense, and he ends up winning. He does a heel tap. So actually, it starts off with, it says, in wrestling, there are people known as faces. The good guys are known as faces.
The heroes.
The heroes are known as faces.
And the
villains are known as heels. And then it starts with the match and all that. So Stephen Amell character, as of now, this is the first episode. It's
Jack Spade.
Jack Spade.
Which, okay.
It's a good name, kind of.
I guess. Okay.
Starts with him. After his match is over and he wins, he throws the ref out ringside and all that. And his brother,
Ace Ace Spade. Ace Spade. Okay.
We'll just call him Ace.
Okay. That's all I gotta say.
Comes
with these
out
names
and
is
does
just...
what a face does.
Oh, you forgot to say who he was facing in the ring. He was facing Big Jim.
Oh, yeah, Big Jim.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Who named these people?
Stephen Amell. The Bucks.
No. Well, we'll get to it later. There was a friend of the Bucks.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into that later. So, anyway, he ends up, post-match, he ends up beating, like, doing heel tactics and beating... And, I'm in my hometown and this place sucks. Like, he's kind of pulling an MJF. Like, this place sucks. You all suck. I'm better than you and you know it. Starts beating up Big Jim. And then here comes his brother to be face. Saves the day. Starts beating him up.
Makes out with the girl.
Kisses...
His valet.
Valet.
Named Crystal. Who
names these people?
I don't know. Which, as Tommy found out, she was on Lab Rats.
Yeah, she used to be part of Disney.
On Lab Rats. And as soon as he said that, I went, oh, I remember her. And then it got really interesting when we got later.
Don't say it.
Anyway.
So anyway, as it progresses, they go back and forth, and then Ace is like,
hey, Jack.
Fuck you. So I was like, oh, okay. So I guess the angle that they're working, was the angle that they were working up to is brother versus brother for the belt. Which is like... Why is there a shark cage right there?
That's where the team members are being held.
Why? Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, they're... I think they're doing a match.
I don't know. Either way, we're getting off topic. Can you focus? Hey, focus,
yeah.
focus.
Unless it starts, and then,
It starts at 7.
Okay,
We have 15 minutes.
Okay.
So either way, they start kind of building up an angle where it's brother versus brother.
Kane and the Undertaker! Kane and the Undertaker!
And then it goes to, Stephen Amell with his wife and his kid and all that, getting ready for church and all that.
Okay. We're learning a little bit more about
And then
them.
you see these, and then they talk about, them being financially...
Strapped
for cash, being penny pinchers and all that. Being, penny pinchers, using all the coupons they can. Which is,
Okay.
Which is one thing you don't really see with wrestlers now. And Stephen Amell...
do.
Well, I mean, you do, but not to this extent. To where Stephen Amell is basically running a promotion. Not by himself, there's another person with him that helps. You know what I mean?
I guess, but at the same time...
Like him buying, fog machines.
Yeah, I mean...
wanting to get cameras, wanting to get more exposure. For a small, I wouldn't say indie, small, local territory. Kind of like a Journey Pro for Kansas City. It's kind of what...
Ish.
But kind of what
they don't have a set arena that they do every show at.
Right, I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's trying to make sure that they don't have... That his wife doesn't have to work another day in her life. Which is fine. Which is what you kind of see with certain wrestlers nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially, with WWE, AEW, and Impact and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're getting a good, substantial paycheck.
They getting paid.
Well, especially in WWE's case, they getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you get released for budget cuts, which is a whole different other story that
we're not getting into.
We're not getting into that.
I covered one of those during the time you were gone.
Yeah, I know you did. I did hear about that, and that wasn't pretty. Yeah. Either way, we digress. So then, in order to keep up the facade of kayfabe, as they like to call it, and we were both like Leo DiCaprio, and they're like, oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is. There it is. Pooping.
Where it's Ace is hanging out with
Big Jim.
Big Jim, and then his wife, and then Stephen Amell's wife in the show and all that, with his son and all that, and their mom.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where is he? I'm he's sitting in his Jeep. They gotta keep up kayfabe because
He's the bad
Which
guy.
in a small town like that, which they are in a small town called Duffy, Georgia,
Which
I feel like that has to be a real place, right?
I don't know if it is. It doesn't sound like it.
Does it though?
No, I mean it sounds like it could be a thing, but I don't think it's a real place.
Looking up right now.
Oh, you can.
So no, it is not a real place.
Exactly.
So I had to look this up because I'm like, this has to be a real place, right? Because they're
Nope.
showing these like shots of like small rural town Georgia.
Which, when they're showing those shots, I'm like, bro, that's just Troy, Kansas.
So I looked this up during the
While we were watching.
while we were watching it. So it's actually a fictitious town in Georgia. So it was actually filmed in and around the Atlanta area of Georgia.
So probably just around Marietta, maybe a little bit north.
Yeah. Probably.
Marietta's like, if you were to look at a map of Georgia, which don't ask me how I know my geography on Georgia.
And also, I also didn't know this. Heels was also set in 2021.
Okay. Makes sense.
Which, like... Oh, that's cool. It's been renewed for a season 2.
Oh, well, it should, because it was really good.
Dude,
anyway.
that first episode was so good.
Anyway,
as we continue, it's like they go back to, like,
their houses,
their
what they're
field
doing.
house or whatever.
Their arena, which is an abandoned sawmill, by the way.
Which I find really cool that it's an abandoned
I love
sawmill.
that. By the way, if we ever get HCW going, we're doing, like, an abandoned warehouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Have to. Or, like, one of the abandoned buildings in downtown Liberty.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah, dude. That would be so cool. Run Liberty. God, that'd be great. So
either way, I mean, it gets on to later where they're, like, all in the ring. So James Harrison is in this show.
Yes.
I'm going to say this again. James Harrison is in this show.
Tommy is laughing.
It's James Harrison. You've seen videos of James Harrison. I don't even need to explain James Harrison. You could probably go to his Instagram. I think he still has Instagram. I don't know.
More than likely.
You could probably like go to his Instagram a couple years ago of him literally doing these insane workouts.
Squat thrusts with like 1,000 pounds.
We were jokingly being like, he was like literally turning like the ropes, like to tighten up the ropes.
He's like, this is just my warm up.
He's like, this is just my warm up. I'm like, yeah, you about ready to bench press a bus after this?
I did it.
I fought a silverback gorilla with one hand and one.
I did squat thrusts with nine rhinoceroses. I'm just doing this all right now before my match.
Dude, and you know what's funny?
You're looking a little small there, kid.
What was his name? Apocalypse?
Apocalypse.
Which is like
such a perfect name for him.
That is such a good name for someone like James Harrison.
So if he was a legitimate wrestler right now, you know what they should have named him? If he was
Lashley?
No. If he was an actual modern day, if he had actually gone into wrestling instead of football, you know what they should have named him? Nightmare Harrison.
I think Apocalypse would be a pretty good one.
Nightmare Harrison's pretty good too. Because wasn't his nickname in the NFL James Nightmare Harrison?
I guess so.
I don't remember. Anyway.
So as we go, before we talk about Ace and Jack.
Okay.
Jack was kind of mad that his brother went off script by cussing and
saying the F word.
Saying the F word, and he's like, there are kids out there. There are kids that come to the event. Kids come watch this. Yeah, to see me. Which is
Ace.
Is a really good retort to something like that. And then in the background you hear them chanting his name.
Ace.
Plus he had a huge pop when he ran out to the ring to attack his brother or confront his brother for the title. Mm-hmm. Which we'll get to that in a second. Mm-hmm. I mean, what else? Should we talk about some footage we saw with their competition?
Oh, yeah.
So notice how I said this is set in 2001. 2021,
yeah.
like this year. Notice how I said it's set in 2021.
They use footage.
So the name of their like promotion is Duffy Wrestling League.
Yeah. DWL.
DWL.
Mm-hmm.
They are watching a video of another fictitious
Company.
wrestling company called Florida Wrestling Dystopia, FWD. And guess what footage they're showing of? They're showing an Extreme Rules match.
A Monsters Ball match.
Oh, wait. A Monsters Ball match between Abyss and Samoa Joe in TNA.
This is probably TNA 2007,
Wait, it was
2008, somewhere in there.
No, wait. Joe was in ROH by 06, right? Yeah, so this is like before they... Like, this was still TNA, before it was Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I had to pause and I'm like...
As soon as I saw Abyss, I'm like, is that Abyss? And then I just see...
And I see
black and red trunks doing a senton bomb onto Samoa... Or onto
some
Abyss.
With some thumbtacks.
And I'm like, that was Samoa Joe!
I'm like...
That's Joe with a shaved head!
I'm like, did they seriously just use TNA Impact footage from, like, 2007?
Yep. They did.
Wait. No, Mick Foley was still with WWE at this time. Right?
Yes. He came
it wasn't
in
until late. Yeah, it was still, like, later.
2009?
I thought it was 2010.
Somewhere in there.
I was like, in my head, I want to say, like, is that Mick Foley? And then I was like, no, wait, that's Abyss.
Yeah. It's Abyss. That's the monster.
So, like, and then him, and then the other lady, I forgot her name.
I don't remember.
Producer lady, let's put it that way.
Miss Producer.
Miss Producer
The
lady.
one that would be pro bass fishing.
Yes.
If she wasn't doing this job.
Yes.
Which I looked at Tommy, I'm like, bro, is that an option?
I don't know.
I would love to do that.
So either way, we keep going into the thing, and then it leads up to Jack booking his match against his brother, which he is having a problem with.
Yeah. For the title,
which I could see why he has a problem, because if you're gonna have him win, then what? What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do after that? Like, if this is a storybook ending, or if this is an end to something, what's the next chapter gonna be? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And here, and I had to pause it, and I had to agree, and Brock agreed with me on this. This is how WWE does it as well. We always outcry for certain people to win world titles, tag titles.
Any title.
And literally any title in WWE. We did this for Daniel Bryan. He won it. Then what happened? Kofi. The biggest example of, alright, he won the title. Now what the hell do we do? Is Kofi. We were all outcrying for Kofi to win the title, and he did. The problem is what happened after. It's like, okay, now what?
He had a great feud with Samoa Joe, and that's about it.
I mean...
Him and Orton did some stuff.
I mean, I almost forget that we almost had a champion versus champion match the Monday after.
There was a lot of...
But the WWE doesn't like fun, so they made a tag match against the Bar.
Yeah.
I believe that was the match where Cesaro tore up the beach ball.
No, I don't think it was that one.
Are you sure? I feel like it was that one.
No, it was a SummerSlam that he did that, I'm pretty sure. That was a Seth Dean match. I think. I'm not positive.
Are you sure?
I don't know
I feel like that's what happened.
Ignore me. Just continue. Get back to what we were reviewing.
So, either way, they talk about I don't want to be McMahon, which they like kind of just name drop WWE there.
I'm like, damn, all right.
I was like, okay. But it's like, it shows you a behind the scenes look of what you really don't see a lot in wrestling. Like, yeah, you see the wrestling and all that, but you don't see how it's booked, what it does financially to the wrestlers, to the people that work for the company, let alone how they book matches, who gets certain spots, who is the hero of the night, who's like, who wins, who loses. You don't see that, and this is what that show does.
I knew it a little bit.
I mean, you watched the first 6 minutes of it. You didn't watch the...
No, I meant I know the process a little bit better than you do.
Well, yeah, I know, but still.
Yeah. Which, I think I know...
This is what the show does. This is what I like about Heels. It shows you what goes into keeping an indie promotion fed, or how it keeps going along. I mean, you could say that for like
for our goal, we need to kind of do.
I mean, yeah, but let's pump the brakes there. We're getting a little too early.
We have.
I know, but still,
top champion already figured out.
But that's what I liked about. That's what I like about heels, is that it shows you.
Hi, Denise.
Where's Sean?
That's a great question. He's probably not on there. He's not.
That's true. Yeah.
He's not a mark like that for WWE.
Denise also, yeah, that's true.
Denise.
So either way, we were like halfway into the episode. You want to talk about what happens next between Ace and Crystal?
Having freedom time, baby. They just straight up.
I'll let you explain it. You can explain it, because I know you're gonna explain this in detail.
They just straight up go at it in the locker room.
Notice how they also said that valets aren't allowed in the locker room, which is like,
okay.
I'm like, what is this, 1985?
No, because even then they had their own locker room.
True.
So anyway, yeah, they just start going at it. They're in the bathroom going at it.
Now remember, this is the very first episode of Heels for free on YouTube,
and they're naked. We see tits.
YouTube is very strict on what body parts you can show on their website. If you so much as pop out a boob, you getting sent to the shadow realm.
And we got boob.
We got boobs.
So that happens.
Either way, that happens, and then Ace goes off script when they're at a convenience store.
He goes off script. He basically breaks kayfabe and says, tells a girl you're fat. Just eviscerated her. Just flat out told her you're fat, lose some weight. A little bit more than that.
And then Jack gets a phone call from the Coopers, which apparently like their families are really good to each other, which is like, ooh, that was a mistake. Mm-hmm. And then
remember, Ace is supposed to be.
Ace is a face here.
Yeah,
Ace is the face here.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to remember, but I know. They book everything out. Ace is supposed to lose.
Here's how it goes. Ace super kicks his brother.
This is what the finish was supposed to be.
This is what the finish was supposed to be before they decided to do whatever happened at the end. So Ace was supposed to do a super kick to his brother. He was going to gloat, and then he was going to go for a pin, and then a surprise cradle roll by Jack to retain the title.
Which is not a bad finish.
Not a bad finish. Like, really not a bad finish. Then again, and Ace was mad that happened. But as wrestling fans, we're like, well, I mean, what happens after he wins? It's all, like you said, it's always the thrill of the chase.
Yep.
Always about the thrill of the chase.
It's always has worked in professional wrestling since the dawn of time.
I have to agree with that. No matter what. It's always the thrill of the chase.
Think about it this way. Why do you think Ric Flair is such a good heel?
Because
everyone wanted to see him lose.
Everyone wanted to see him lose. That's why he was so good.
Yep.
And then, let's see what happens.
A former rival of the kid's dad, comes back.
In kayfabe terms, they're his dad's rival, but really good friends.
Yeah. Wild Bill Hitchcock. Or Hancock, if you hadn't caught it, by the way.
That's like a 70s NWA name, if I've ever heard one.
I heard that, I'm like, damn, I might have to cop that name.
Dude, I was like...
I literally heard that, I'm like, write that down! And I just started writing it down.
Write that down!
I started writing it down.
Writing triangles and circles and all that.
I started writing it down. But, he comes back, he went up north.
Which if you're a non-WWE person, you're like, what does up north mean? It's like, he went to Titan Towers.
Yeah, that was a very common term back in the territory days. You go up north. Because New York was the farthest north that you could go at that point.
It's true. Other than that, he talks about his brother. He talks about not Jack, Ace.
Going.
I'm not sure.
Why? Stupid watch.
He talks about taking Ace to up north with him to the Fed, which, wow. He said, we'll send him to developmental. I'm like, oh my God.
Which is like, they're talking about WWE. So, like, they're going to send him to
NXT.
So, by developmental, they mean NXT.
I'm literally sitting there like, oh my God, they're just pulling no punches on this.
God, look at Big Jess with the drip. Leather jacket, red
This is
shirt,
Beth Phoenix's final event.
Oh, that's right, it is.
Yeah. Look at Stu Bennett being the stud he is. God, you should have been a WWE champion. Anyway, back on track.
Back on track. We're off topic.
So, he just starts yelling, and him and Jack get into a yelling match. And Jack says, get the hell out of my office.
He's like, well, this used to be your dad's office.
Get out of my office.
Which is like, it's like really cool. It's like, that's like some stuff you don't see.
Yep. Plus, it's also pretty implicated during the show that Ace and Jack's dad died due to alcoholism.
Or some accident that
involves alcohol. So
it's not really implied. This is the first episode, so we don't really know. So either way, so we get to
the event. So Wild Bill tells Ace to stick up for himself and to go into business for himself.
He said, little brother's in charge now, which I'm like, oh no, that's not good.
The entire time me and Tommy are going, oh, something's going to happen.
I was like,
something's going to happen.
Like when he said it, I'm like, I don't like where this is going.
No, I don't. It was something else. And then the match. So the rest of the card happens. A wild Luke Gallows appears during.
Yeah. So there was a battle royal where, if I'm not mistaken, Big Jim was gonna win.
Big Jim won.
Big Jim won, and apparently they had Doc Gallows in this.
Randomly, I'm like, excuse me?
I was the first person to notice it, because I can notice that beard and that eyeliner from a mile away. I'm like, that's Doc Gallows. And you're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yes, that is. And like, I paused it to show you the frame where it actually, like, where it was. And they're like, oh my God, it's Doc Gallows.
Oh my God, it's gonna be Doc Gallows. It's Doc Gallows. I'll be a son of a bitch.
So either way, it's between Big Jim and James Harrison.
Not botch.
It's between, the final two are Big Jim and James Harrison. I'm not calling him Apocalypse because I know him as James Harrison.
I want him to wrestle now. I want him to wrestle now.
Looking back, he has, as much as I hate to say it, he looks like the prototypical Vince McMahon guy. He's big, he's strong, he's absolutely shredded for his age, and could lift a mountain.
And just by some of the work that he did in the ring, in the brief moments that we saw there,
now
Take note.
I believe Punk was a stunt coordinator,
or like
he helped train certain people that didn't know how to wrestle. Probably like James Harrison.
It looked like Harrison could go.
It looked like Harrison could go.
I wonder since that's come out, how many people have hit him up to wrestle.
I don't think as many as you would think.
I think WWE would have. They're probably like, yo, he can wrestle. Let's see if he'll want to join us.
I don't think as many as you would think. But either way, Big Jim gets the win. So that here, the main event is next. Brother versus brother. The Undertaker versus Kane.
Jack versus Jerry Briscoe. Dory Funk Jr. versus Terry Funk. Goldust versus Stardust. Jimmy versus Jay.
Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton.
You mean Bray Wyatt versus Bo Dallas?
No.
Yeah,
because they're actually Randy Orton.
No, the actual brothers. I'm going actual brothers.
Oh, okay.
Who else?
That's all I can think of. But either way,
give me a second.
I'll let you explain.
Give me a second. I can give you another one here in a second.
Like War Games is like as we're like about ready to wrap up this.
Oh my
first
God,
part,
Mandy Rose is coming out.
We have to hurry.
So match starts, and we start. Oh my!
Hey! Focus!
Okay.
Focus.
Match starts. They're holding the titles up. Jack is holding the title up. Ace is playing to the crowd. Jack hits a brutal German suplex, and then locks on a arm hold of some sort.
I don't know what kind of arm hold was that.
It
It was a shoot. Yeah. It was a shoot arm hold, by the way.
So much so that the ref had to call it, and the match ended up going like 15 seconds.
That's how the match was.
There's too much smoke to see.
But yeah, that's how the episode ended.
Yeah, with everyone booing and throwing stuff in the ring.
Which I'm like, they do a turn? They talked about doing a double turn.
Yeah.
Before this. Which was like, okay. I had to pause it because I'm like, how are they going to do this? I'm like, because I said the standard of a double turn, really, is the I Quit match between Brett and Austin. That's like the standard, right? Of double turn matches.
It is.
But you focus!
Dakota Kai's coming out. My heart. My love. I've been a Dakota Kai fan for a long time.
So either way, that's how the episode ends. That's how, let me rephrase that. That's how the first episode ends.
Yes. And tell me, I have already figured out what we are watching next week to review.
What are we watching next week?
So, we did
the
Heels.
Second episode of Heels?
No, it's not. We are going back in time a bit.
How far in time?
Before I was born.
Before we were born.
Yes. We're going back to the 1990s to 1999 to the first episode of OVW with Jim Cornette.
On commentary?
In general.
Oh, that's right. I forget Jim Cornette was booking OVW in the 90s.
So that's what we're going back to. That's what we're reviewing next week. It's on YouTube for free.
Really? Other than that, would you say you were entertained? I was overly entertained by watching
by this one. Oh, it was great.
Absolutely. Now, for part 2, I don't know.
Part 2 in 3, 2, 1. And we're back just like that through the magic of editing. Tommy, we have just watched NXT WAR GAMES 2021.
WAR GAMES!
You said it wrong.
But that's how he says it.
WAR GAMES!
WAR GAMES!
WAR GAMES! Overall thoughts on the show?
Had very highs and had very lows. Very low of lows. Highest of highs.
There wasn't a lot of lows to lows on this show. There were some low. But
there were some low points. I mean a very low point in the matches. In the matches.
I know which one you're talking about. I feel the same way, but overall, I feel like it was alright.
It was solid.
Meh. It was meh.
Meh. So let's talk about the first WAR GAMES.
WAR GAMES, the one that was entering when we were first doing the review.
Yeah, so as we were finishing the first part, the women's WAR GAMES match was starting. Brock, would you like to list the participants?
Yes. I think I can do that. With Toxic Terror.
Toxic Attraction. I think that's what their actual name is.
Whatever. Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose. Why are you doing that with your hand?
The horny police on speed dial.
Mandy Rose. Gigi, I don't remember her last name.
Becky Lynch.
Knock off Becky Lynch. JC Jane or something
JC
Jane,
that.
And my love, my heart, Dakota Kai. On the other team, you definitely don't have to worry about it for the other team.
That's fine.
Raquel.
No, let's talk about Dakota.
I didn't. What the fuck was I gonna say about Dakota? She's my love, my heart. Okay, cool. Anyway, other team: Raquel Gonzalez, Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray,
and Cora Jade.
Which I may have a new favorite from this match because of.
I think I do too. Cora
Jade was damn in this match.
So let's just get on to it. It's a War Games match.
Cora Jade died.
Cora Jade literally fucking killed someone.
Herself
in the point.
Herself.
What we mean is that I believe Io and is it Raquel or Kaylee?
Yeah.
Kaylee were arguing who's going to go on the top road, and then Cora was like, screw it, I'll do it myself. She literally did a Thanos and went, fine, I'll do it myself.
Just went up to the top rope and died.
She literally, went to the top rope and then literally did something.
Swanton bomb.
Matt Hardy was like... Jeff, both of them.
Matt didn't really do Swanton.
Jeff was like... Nice.
Yeah. Although she did a 7-year itch to it, which, for those of you who get that reference, congratulations to the 7 of you that are listening, maybe?
What does that mean? I don't get it.
7-year itch. It's Billy Kidman's moonsault or shooting star press that he did.
Oh, okay. But other than that,
Where he did a weird angle.
So here's a key plot point in the match. Cora Jade does that top of the cage, whatever, in a table. Swanton kind of bomb.
Scuffed.
So if you watch the replays of it, if you were watching it and you watched the replays of it, why did you just do that?
I don't know. Just so it's out of my hands.
I gotta pick it up. Anyway, continue.
I mean, she does a swanton bomb. Right. It's under the bed.
Right, but talk about how she landed.
So, it looked very flush. She landed very flush, to me at least. Tommy, on the other hand...
Are you sure about that?
I feel like she landed very flush. Looked like a very... When the replay showed it, it looked like a very even landing. I think what happened was part of storyline, and certain moments kind of, exemplified that as the match went on.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that, and you know which spots I'm talking about.
I know what spots you're talking about, but, I looked at the replays. She did not... It looked like she didn't connect. She looked like connected. She got a good 15%.
She connected. Enough for the table to break.
Enough for the table to break, but I'm talking about, when I say to body.
Okay, when I'm saying flush, I mean both sides went down evenly.
Okay. But the way she was, I don't consider that selling. She looked like she was in some real fucking pain.
I don't know. I thought so too, but as the match went on,
it would not surprise me if...
No, it wouldn't surprise me either.
If we see her out for, a week or so, a couple of weeks with, undisclosed shoulder injury.
Yeah.
At a local medical facility. The WWE staple. Person is getting treated at a local medical facility. Just say a hospital!
Or a doctor.
Or a doctor! Something like that.
Something that normal people say.
Local medical facility. Oh. Either way...
Almost a pick.
Okay. Either way, let's see. Io Shirai was in this match, and need I explain less that she just did Io Shirai things in a War Games match?
There were trash cans involved.
Trash cans. Trash can lids.
Yeah, oh god, some of those shots.
A lot of trash can spots.
More in the second War Games match, but still, nonetheless, a lot of trash can spots overall on this show. Very few chair shots now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, and they threw out so many chairs. I don't care.
Yes, you do, you care.
I'm a sick freak like that. I love my chair, but I love my chair.
Hey! It's the first touchdown the Chiefs have given up since week 10.
That was a pity touchdown.
That's the first touchdown the Chiefs have let up since week 10.
That was a pity touchdown, but whatever. Yeah. Either way, we'll talk about that on Wayne.
They're going for 2.
We'll talk about that on...
Why are you going for 2?
We're going to talk...
There's 5 minutes left!
Hey, save the football talk for BTT.
Okay.
Let's see. What else do we have? Let's see.
Raquel Gonzalez killed 2 women.
Raquel Gonzalez literally committed murder.
In the second degree.
Of the highest degree.
No, first degree is the highest degree. Second degree is, meh.
Okay.
Level.
But either way, I told you, I'm I wonder if anyone's going to be spilling some ketchup in this match.
Unintentionally, yes.
I feel like that was, I have to agree with you, Raquel was the one
who where so there's a spot where Raquel had a chair thrown directly in her face.
And then got a drop kick to the face with the chair in front of her.
I feel like that's where it came from.
Because, if you look closely, she got...
It's right between the eyebrows.
She got busted open really well.
It was right between the eyebrows. It was just enough to see it, but...
it was just enough to see, she got busted open. The hard way, not, the easy way. No. The hard way.
Randy Orton at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar hard way.
Okay.
Not to that level.
That's here, let me just keep shoot elbowing you in the head. Let me cave in your elbow. Oh, let me cave in your forehead.
Your face, yeah.
That's what that was. That was completely different. Let me just let laying in your own pool of blood.
God, it was so gross.
God,
Anyway.
it was so gross, but I loved every single minute of it.
Anyway. Match keeps going.
So here's an important thing. So, like how we said, Cora has a shoulder injury, and all the referees outside of the ring are like, she probably did something to her shoulder.
Tommy said he saw one of them throw up an X.
Thought I saw someone. I thought because there was one referee that was going out of shot, and I could have sworn he was putting up the X.
I don't know, but based off the rest of the match, I don't know. And you know what happened during that?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Io literally popped Cora's shoulder back in place.
When she said, "I got this," I'm like, "Oh my god!"
She's like, "I got this."
I could have swore to God, I'm like, "Don't you dare! Don't do a fucking Mr. Miyagi."
I literally had the chair. Oh God, no! Oh please don't!
I thought that she was they were about to do a Mr. Miyagi spot. Right there, I'm like,
pop their shoulder back in place.
No, just the.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, way to be culturally sensitive there, WWE. Racism still alive and well in WWE. Yes, just what we want in this glorious company.
Other than that, let's see. Mandy Rose was in basically all of Team Toxic. We're just, targeting Cora's shoulder. We mentioned... Dude, I hate technical difficulties. I hate them. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. So Toxic Attraction was targeting Cora a lot. Notice how I said Cora Jade a lot in this thing. She kind of got that, you're going to be the star of this match.
And you know what?
And
she made the most of it.
And she made the most of it. And am I complaining about it?
No.
No, I'm not.
No, she did really well.
She did really well. Of course. And then, all the stuff happens. By the way, Cora Jade putting... Who was it?
Through the table?
Who was it through the table?
JC Jane.
JC Jane? Is that her name?
I think so,
yeah.
The
Britt Hater.
Or Jamie Baker.
Jamie Baker, whatever we like
Britt
to call
Hater. An amalgamation of Britt Baker and Jamie Hater.
That's what she looks like.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
That was the only table spot of the women's match.
Well, that's good, because the men had quite a few.
Oh, yeah, they had plenty of spots.
Yes.
We'll get to that in a second. So, obviously, Mandy's team has, the upper hand, and then a lot of other stuff happens.
It gets to a point where Cora Jade's in the corner.
She's she gets up. She has one arm on her, she is holding her arm because it hurt. That honestly looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Had to have hurt. And she's just looking around, like,
I'm about to die.
Okay. And then in the background, you see Mandy and Io literally just looking there. And then she gets the pin.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
No, we get to that. No, I'm talking about where she's laying in the corner, getting attended to.
Oh.
Toxic Attraction and Dakota are trying to attack her.
Oh, and how they almost teased Kaylee. They kind of teased a Kaylee Ray heel turn.
Yeah. And with all three of the, Raquel, Io, and Kaylee, all with kendo sticks, fending them off, Kaylee looks at Cora, goes... should I? Tosses her a kendo stick in the corner as they go to fight.
Before that, Dakota's on the top rope of one of the second rings, and she just
batter up.
Wham!
Batter Joey Votto style of hit right there. Swinging for the fences. Still 40 years old and still banging homers.
So, there's that point, and then there's the point I said where, JC Jane was just laying there.
Dead.
Literally dead.
They killed her. Oh, no, so that was from Raquel Gonzalez doing the powerbomb.
Oh, the powerbomb.
Yeah.
It was a somewhat decent one, but... So either way, Cora's just in the corner, one of the corners of the rings. She's just looking. JC's right there. She's like, I could probably pin her.
Pins her.
And pins her. So if you look at so we looked at the replay, you just see Mandy and Io just looking, definitely not doing anything. Here's what probably happened. Io was like, okay, I'm going to hold you back now. And then Mandy was like, okay, sounds like a deal.
Mandy not really involved in a lot of the stuff from the women's match.
I found that very interesting. I feel like sooner or later she's going to drop the title and then they're going to put her back on the main roster. with the other two girls of Toxic Attract, Gigi and JC.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what... Did they set it up with this match? No. Is it coming? Are they kind of building up to it being on the main roster? Yes.
Yeah.
I could kind of smell it in the water.
So to recap, Io Shirai, Raquel Gonzalez, Kaylee Ray,
Team Raquel.
Team Cora Jade.
Team Cora Jade, basically.
Pick up the win. And Tommy, your thoughts on that match?
Yeah, somewhat good.
Yeah.
They had certain spots where they weren't good.
Yeah. But then we went on to the tag team title match.
Oh my god. We're only going to talk about 3 matches. We're going to graze over 2 other ones.
No, the Cruiserweight Championship match was good.
No, it wasn't. It was okay.
We'll mention the...
No, it wasn't.
We'll mention the middle one, but I agree with you. Anyway.
Hold on. Let's get some... The middle match was... Who was it?
Cameron Grimes
and
Duke Hudson.
Duke Hudson in a hair-for-hair match. Cameron Grimes wins. Shaves Duke Hudson bald.
Not quite.
But he's got hair.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
That's what happens in that match. That's all we need to know. It was
It was hard. It was there.
Dude, it fucking sucked. That match sucked.
It didn't suck. It was all right. Anyway, tag team title match was next after the Women's War Games. Imperium versus Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly. We knew who was going to win going in.
I think we knew who was going to win. But, god damn, was it a good match.
So, out first came Kyle and Von Wagner. They look like a tag team, the way they came out and how they were dressed similarly.
At the start of the match, yeah, totally they look like a tag team.
So they're in the ring, and then Tommy's theme music hit. So if you don't know that, go listen to the beginning of BTT this past week. Now on Spotify.
Is this one going to be on Spoofy now?
We'll do our plug for that.
Is this one going to be on the Spoofy?
No.
Why is this one not going to be on the Spoofy?
Because Spoofy...
copyright reasons?
Yes.
Ah, good.
That's why. That's why. Anyway. Overall thoughts on the match with Imperium versus...
Amazing.
I thoroughly enjoyed that matchup. That was an offsides, I think. Anyway.
False start.
Yeah. Oh, Tommy's knocking stuff over. Anyway.
Dude, it was just a good back and forth match.
Yeah.
The Italian dude in... What was his name?
Fabian Eichner.
Mm-hmm. Give me a singles match with him and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes.
16... I would watch...
Oh, 100%.
I would love to see that match go 60 minutes.
Also, Von Wagner. This is our first look at him. He didn't impress me like someone in the men's matchup that just thoroughly impressed me, but he still impressed me. He's a second-generation wrestler. There's something there.
There is something there. There's something there for certain talent that we'll get on later in the night.
Yeah, he's got something. I don't know what it is yet. It's something, though. It's probably how he works, how he looks. There's something there for sure.
There is definitely something there.
But no surprise, Imperium wins. Heck of a finish, too.
Post-match, however... So before we get into the post-match angle, I would like to say one thing. There is a report that's saying Kyle O'Reilly is not renewing his WWE contract, making him, whenever his contract expires, a free agent.
Which I think is early next year.
I don't remember when, but
January,
I don't know.
maybe?
But I don't know if he has a no-compete clause in his contract.
I don't know. Well, he's not getting fired though.
But
it's just not a renewal.
That's actually true. So he's not going to renew his contract with the WWE, which is leading to this post-match angle with Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly. So what happens with them is the crowd's chanting, "Thank you, Kyle," for all this stuff, and then Von Wagner tries to turn on Kyle O'Reilly, and he smells it.
Ducks the clothesline, sends him out the ring.
So before he does that, he pulls out the UE, the undisputed,
after he's beaten him down.
After he's beaten him down, he's like,
it's the undisputed era sign.
And then a DX suck it.
Yeah, he says, this is family, when he's doing the UE, and then he tells him to suck it.
Which I'm like... Okay. It's kind of weird for someone that's walking out of the... Gonna be... out of WWE in a couple of months.
You know how weird it would be if he did that and then he starts teaming with Roderick Strong again, and they just start calling themselves the Undisputed Era.
But there was a tweet I saw where it was like, so weird. Kind of like I said, it's like it's weird for someone to do that when they're going to be leaving the company, which is leading to believe like, do you think he resigned with WWE?
I have no idea. I
can't tell. I couldn't tell.
What we heard later on in the night from him, challenging Von Wagner to a
steel cage match?
Yeah, on NXT this Tuesday, which I might tune in to see, just to see a little bit more of Von Wagner.
We might tune in to see?
Well, yeah, but, we never know with the third person we do the podcast with on Tuesdays. So
that's true.
That
is true.
She has made her statements very clear on wrestling.
Too bad.
Pretty much. She's over here. She doesn't like it. Well, Anyway, the next match was a match we already talked about,
Hair versus hair match. Another match was
the Cruiserweight Championship match. Roderick Strong versus Joe Gacy, whose gimmick is liberal pastor?
I don't know. Dude, I honestly don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, if Joe Gacy wins, he was going to call it the Inclusive Weight title. That name sucks. And I'm glad Roderick Strong won in a pretty little decent match. Tommy didn't like it, so whatever.
That was a match I could not have cared less for.
Well, you were on playing your Switch for a good portion of the time there, including during the
See how much I didn't care for that match?
Yeah. Including during the main event a little bit.
But then I stopped.
Not really. You kept playing.
That's true.
You're playing Pokemon. Tommy's over here playing Pokemon because that's his life now. That and Destiny.
Well, your 30th anniversary is coming out Tuesday. Let's go.
Too bad you got to record a podcast Tuesday. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
And possibly serve us punishment. What is that shirt? All you missed it was Mahomes' faces all over the shirt.
Was it just a Mahomes face shirt?
Go back.
That's what I'm doing.
And there was a State Farm logo.
Oh my god, I see it right now.
Yeah.
That's ugly as fuck. Okay, I'm making sure I...
Okay. That was something. Anyway.
Let's see. Men's War Games match.
Team Black and Gold versus Team 2.0.
So Team Black and Gold consisted... you will say Team 2.0's name. I will say Team Black and Gold's name. Team Black and Gold consisted of Tommaso Ciampa, Pete Dunne, LA Knight, and Johnny Gargano.
And Team 2.0 consisted of Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, and Tony D'Angelo.
Hey, look, I'm a Sopranos character that can wrestle. I'm
trying to
cash in on the new Sopranos movie.
Hey, look at me. I'm an NCAA heavyweight. I'm an NCAA champion when wrestling. But now I'm a mobster. I found it very weird that they called themselves NXT Black and Gold with LA Knight.
Right, but here's the thing about LA Knight. He was kind of there during that transition period from the old NXT to the new NXT.
But even Cameron Grimes was around longer than
Do you really think they were going to put him in this match when he was already feuding with some Australian dude?
An Australian gambler. That's his gimmick. He's a gambler.
A professional poker player that can wrestle. That's also Australian.
That's so many gimmicks there.
He's just a British person that maxed out his skill tree with crime.
Oh, God. Of course you made that joke. You've just made all the Australians mad in the chat.
That's what they did.
No, I know.
That's what they did.
I know. It's just,
The guy that voice acts Monty from... Mozzie from...
Monty's a different character.
I'm sorry.
Monty is one of the guys I made.
Sorry, it's been a while since I've played, let alone seen R6.
I play it all the time. I might stream it tonight. Or tomorrow night.
Okay, you have fun with that. Either way, let's see. LA Knight was kind of in that transitional period from the old NXT, Black and Gold and all that, to this new one. So, he was though.
Yeah, I know, but still. It's a flawed, to say the least. Anyway.
Who else were you going to have do it?
Just don't call it NXT Black and Gold. Call it something else.
Team Ciampa versus Team Braun.
Yes!
Actually, no, that might be...
Fumble? Fumble? No. Okay. Ooh. Call it old guard versus new guard.
You want to talk about it? I'll let you talk about it. I'll let you start. About
the match?
About certain people.
So we started out with Carmelo Hayes versus Johnny Gargano. Tommy, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Dude, I don't know. Like you said, like, I have to agree with you. There's something about Carmelo.
Both of them, Trick said, you know, it's faint, but it's there. He says money. Carmelo Hayes screams money. Like, I almost want to watch NXT just for him. Which, you know, that's kind of weird to say that I want to watch modern day wrestling. I mean...
Wait, what?
So...
You want to what?
I've seen modern day...
You want to what? You want to what? You want to say that again? Did dust my ears deceive me?
Yeah, I want to watch... He kind of makes me want to watch modern wrestling.
So
does MJF and FTR.
Well, obviously MJF.
And also a certain event that's happening in St. Louis.
The Rumble?
Yeah, their tickets are going for $25 for.
Dude, I find that crazy that tickets are just going just for that.
It's the Dome. Anyway, back on track. Those two have a good back and forth between each other.
We're talking about another person who has that kind of that you kind of got that feeling like he could be something.
I'll get to it when he gets into the ring. Anyway, matches going back and forth. They're having a good exchange with each other. Start out with technical wrestling. Tommy, we know that's my stuff right there.
Dude, it was so good. So good. So good.
Technical wrestling is incredible. It is the best. And then they did some little flippy dippy shit. It's, you know, Tommy had some fun.
I mean, they're all good. They're all technical wrestlers. Not some of them. I mean, some. but like Johnny is a good technical wrestler.
I'm thinking of the last two that came out for 2.0 when you say that. When technical wrestlers. When one of them's gimmick is literally mobster. You know? But, you know, they have a good back and forth. And then coming out for NXT 2.0, it's Grayson Waller. Now, Tommy, tell the people here what you said to me when he came out.
I was like, what? What did I say? I don't remember what I said.
No, I know what you said.
What did I say?
You said who?
I said who? Because I don't watch NXT.
No, neither one of us do. Oh, look, golf commercial.
Well, okay. Either way, like, seriously, though. Like, I was like, who? Because, no, I don't watch NXT. I don't watch NXT. You know both of our stances on modern-day wrestling. It's been very well documented on this podcast. Especially
mine.
Yes, especially Brock's stance on modern-day wrestling.
Tommy's not so much.
A little 50-50 when it comes to it.
Yeah.
But either way, I was like, who? Because I don't, like I said, for like the third time, I don't watch NXT, so I don't know any of these people.
And he bumped really well.
Yeah, he bumped really well.
There's something there with him. I don't know what it is. I want to boo him.
See, I don't know. I mean, like, he could work as a good heel, but not, like, to the point where it's like, God, I really, 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 really hate his guts.
No, we don't know that.
Kind of like an MJF.
We don't know if he can get to that level, though.
Where MJF is like, I hate his guts, but goddamn, he's so good.
I don't know if he can get to that level. He might be able to get to that level. We don't know. He may be able to. Do you know if he is? You just watched one match.
I just watched one match, so...
He might be able to get to that level.
Plus, they did a very good... NXT did a very good thing of recapping what you have missed during the shows.
Because for us, yeah, we had no clue what had happened.
Yeah, for us, for the people that don't watch, it's like, yeah, they did some really good summarizations of what led up to these matches.
But he came out next. Pretty good there. Out next was Pete Dunne for Black and Gold. Pete
Dunne was doing Pete Dunne things.
I swear Grayson Waller is double jointed with some of the stuff that
Pete Dunne was doing. Like I said, Pete Dunne was doing Pete Dunne things. He was doing
joint manipulation. God. Alright.
He was doing that stuff.
Yeah. Joint manipulation and
breaking fingers.
kind of.
How does he do it?
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know how he does it. It's so gross that I'm like...
I wonder if his opponent doesn't, like, pop his fingers for, like, a week.
That's probably what happens.
Something like that, maybe? I don't know.
Because when he does the...
That's Marty Scurll who does the shh.
Oh, that's right. Marty Scurll also.
Why are you confusing Marty Scurll with...
Because they do the exact same thing!
And they're both British?
Yeah.
Oh.
Except one is actually good on the promo.
Yeah. Man, NXT got the wrong guy. The wrong British guy. They should have gotten the other one. Oh, well. Anyway. Out next is Tony D'Angelo.
It's like, hey, look, I'm a Tony Soprano that can wrestle, because there's a new movie, the Tony Soprano origin story, or whatever it was.
Saints of Newark.
Saints of Newark.
How you doing? Tony D'Angelo. Daniel Sorensen's player of the game. Oh my god. I have to check Chief's Twitter after this with Sorensen being player of the game.
Excuse me?
I have to check.
Alright,
That's his second pick six this year, by the way.
Hey, this is a wrestling podcast, sir.
Look at that! What the hell?
Tied for fifth most in team history. We're off topic.
With 4!
This is a wrestling podcast.
Hey, look, that's Nick Bolton in the background. Pride of Missouri. Yay, Mizzou!
Sir, this is a wrestling podcast. Focus on the wrestling podcast.
Okay.
You were saying about Tony D'Angelo?
Hey, I'm Italian from Chicago. I don't know, that's really all I got. They did some stuff. He locked the door.
He locked the door with a chain.
And a padlock.
And a padlock, which I'm like, that's interesting. So whoever's next is going to have to climb up.
It was LA Knight.
So LA Knight was the one that did the climbing. Which, so it was left to the team captains. Tommaso on one end, and then Steiner on the other.
Braun Breaker.
Rex Steiner.
Braun Breaker.
Rex Steiner.
Braun Breaker.
I will know him as Rex Steiner, because he's just got Steiner in him.
Yeah, oh god.
He's got the Steiner.
Does he ever?
He's got his uncle's physique. He's
got his dad's physique.
He's got his dad's physique, but he's got his uncle's mic skills.
Which...
That's a very dangerously good combo.
That's a deadly combo, right? That screams, I'm going to...
See, I'm a freak. If you put me in someone else in the ring, that's a 50-50 chance of winning. But me, I'm a freak. So that's like a 75-50 chance of winning.
75-25.
75-25% chance of winning. If you have Samoa Joe to the mix...
Who's still technically in NXT...
If you have Samoa Joe to the mix... That's a 33.3% chance of winning.
Please, let's get Samoa Joe versus Braun Breaker. And Samoa Joe just goes up, well, you look familiar.
It's like, I swear I know you from somewhere.
I think I beat your ass.
No, I'm pretty sure he's just kicking it at his house right now.
And I want Braun Breaker to say, you fat! Just like his uncle did.
I'm pretty sure his uncle said that too.
I know, but he just goes, he's fat!
See, I'm a freak, I'm big bad booty daddy.
He just starts ripping off his uncle's promos from TNA.
Dude, he has the mic skills like his uncle.
He starts calling himself the Purple Warrior. Like his uncle did.
Stop, because they might actually do that. Stop, because they might actually do that.
So I had to ask myself, why didn't they hire the real Nature Boy? Buddy Rogers. Now Buddy Rogers has been dead.
Grab the remote, change the channel, and turn it on to WWE.
Go watch Stone Cold. All my hoochies come around. Holla if you hear me.
Anyway, we're going off topic. So
give me a mic. I want him to say that.
So either way, he kind of did. He's like, I don't make friends. I don't give a shit. You want a friend? Get a dog.
You want a friend? Get a dog.
You want a friend? Get a dog.
Hell yeah.
So either way, LA Knight makes the climb, all that stuff.
Man, who cares?
So
Braun Breaker!
So hold on. Leading up to this, I believe Tony D'Angelo is the one who had help from Trick Williams. Was that who it is?
Yes.
Getting all the weapons. And I was wondering because like everyone kept going in without weapons. I'm like, oh, I wonder who it's gonna be.
Go figure. The mobster did it.
Yeah, exactly. Go figure. The mobster did it. Guess what? Trick Williams was only helping him throw kendo sticks in trash cans.
A cane. Or a crutch.
A crutch.
Which, what the hell?
A crutch.
Chairs?
Some steel chairs. A couple of trash cans. Some lids for those trash cans.
3 tables, which, that's an oddly...
Not one, but 3 tables. I thought they put in 4.
No, they put 3 in.
Oh,
there are only 3 spots. He goes on the ring. He notices something under there, I guess. He goes under the ring, gets pulled in.
Guess who it is?
And he comes running out, and guess who the freak under the ring is? It's Scott Steiner!
Oh my god.
He comes out, he's like...
Imagine how awesome that would have been.
He comes out, he's like, that's my nephew! I'm his manager now! Where's Samoa Joe? Where's Triple H?
Give me Kurt Angle in a triple threat match with Samoa Joe.
Give me a mic!
I got a 3.3% chance of winning.
He's got a 55% chance of winning. And why does he get an extra 5 chance? Because of me.
Freak.
Because he's a freak.
I'm the big bad booty daddy.
His nephew comes out of the ring. They just start barking at each other.
Totally would be doing that.
That'd be great. And no, it's Dexter Loomis, the little freak that he is. Who else could
Little. I don't think he's little.
Okay, the freak that he is. The man that goes through, like, how many condoms was it there? For the honeymoon spot? A lot.
Yes.
A lot. You know how so crossover to BTT, we say on BTT when a guy hits a lot of home runs that he fucks a lot.
No, this guy actually fucked
Yeah,
a lot.
no, he actually fucked a lot. By the way, I'm leaving this all unedited for Wayne. I'll just start editing BTT and you know that. But anyway. Up next, or from there, Braun came in, got in the cage, thanks to the worst bolt cutters that you could ever find.
Dude, those bolt cutters were complete ass.
Dude,
those had to be like prop bolt cutters, but then they actually worked.
Yeah, so I think they're just some bad bolt cutters.
It took them a good solid couple, like 2 or 3 minutes to get those bolt cutters open. Which, hold on, so leading up to this, remember, it is the last 2 people that are waiting to get into the match are Braun and Tommaso. I told Brock, I'm like, wouldn't it be something if Braun literally just ripped off the door to the cage?
He should have.
And you could not have made that any more perfect to set it up to where he literally just yeets it, literally just straight rips it off the hinges like it's nothing.
Kane.
Literally does a cane and just rips it off like it's nothing and throws it like a piece of paper.
But no.
But no, he had to use the bolt cutters.
The gardening shears identifying as bolt cutters.
Those were gardening shears.
Yeah, that identify as bolt cutters. He gets in. He's a house of fire. So throughout this match, he sold way more than I thought he should have.
You know what? I kind of have to agree. I feel like he sold not a little too much.
Too much.
Just too much.
Like, if you want him to be a massive heel, if you want him to be your monster, make him your monster.
Right, but there's to a point where you can't make him just literally no-sell everything. That doesn't work.
No, I'm not saying no-sell everything. He can sell, a few of the shots, but he took one kendo shot to the leg, and he was down selling.
Dude, a kendo stick to the leg would sting.
Don't you mean a baseball bat?
It was a kendo stick.
I know. Anyway. It's just what's on TV
I don't know.
now.
Either way, continue.
So he's in there. He should sell less than he should have.
See, but then there was also a spot where he took a trash can lid to the face.
If he had no-sold that...
With some knees. Now that you could sell.
Yes.
But if he no-sold that, I'm like, that'd be fucking stupid.
Yeah. But no, he should have... So anyway, he's in there. Tommaso comes in. So we get a ref in the ring, finally, for the match. Everybody went through goddamn tables.
Tables! Let's go! We're some sick fucking freaks and we love tables.
Starting with...
I believe LA Knight.
Thanks to Grayson Waller.
Did a nice little elbow through the table.
So when it first happened, I'm like, did he hit a frog splash elbow drop? No. He did it like he was windmilling a basketball between the legs to do the elbow drop.
It was a good elbow drop from the top of the cage.
But there was another elbow drop in there, or table spot where LA Knight threw Grayson through a table.
Oh, dude, he just ragdolled him through a table, and I'm like, damn!
Oh, it was something else to behold. That was beforehand, so...
And then Pete Dunne with weapons was doing Pete Dunne things. He was literally just beating the shit out of someone with a kendo stick, just...
But he got his comeuppance when Tony D'Angelo pulled out a goddamn crowbar!
He took out his mouth guard, which I'm like, that's highly unsanitary.
Well, we get to that.
And put it in his pants, I'm like, that's highly unsanitary.
Talking about Pete Dunne's mouth guard.
Yeah, Pete Dunne's mouth guard. I'm like, that's highly unsanitary.
So they're up on the top rope fighting. Again, keep this in mind. Tony D'Angelo has a crowbar in his hands. Hooks on a front facelock with a crowbar on to Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm.
Then hits a swinging neck breaker with the crowbar on Pete Dunne from the top rope. Just, god damn! It was a beautiful neck breaker, but...
Oh, don't get me wrong. That was
Jesus!
a neck breaker.
Was the crowbar necessary?
No. I don't think so.
As Tommy looks so thrilled about this.
No, I don't think the crowbar was really not necessary.
So then we get towards the end of the match, DIY doing DIY things in the middle of the ring.
DIY doing DIY things. I think they called it like the last dance between, because I don't think they're...
Carmelo Hayes God, Carmelo Hayes is so good. Carmelo Hayes is so good.
They all looked really good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Tony D'Angelo, we didn't really see a lot of.
But, like, the certain spots that they had, he looked good.
Yeah. But, Tony D'Angelo doing a lot of saves, too.
Who, D'Angelo?
Tony D'Angelo.
Tinny D'Angelo? I thought it sounded like you said Tinny D'Angelo or something like that.
Tony D'Angelo doing a lot of saves, too, on pins. And just saving his teammates in general.
Yeah.
Which, okay, fine.
I'm like, alright, that's cool. He's kind of like the thing. He kind of got that star spot.
No. We know who got the star spot because of the finish.
I take that back. I'll let you explain the finish.
Finish. Johnny Gargano is literally hugging Carmelo Hayes on the ground. Both of them kneeling. Good news is they got the socks on, so you know.
Shut your mouth.
As Tommaso Ciampa comes running in with a big old knee. I think he hit Johnny Gargano more than he hit Carmelo Hayes.
Well, I think that's what he did. He sacrificed himself.
Yeah. Then Tommaso picks up Carmelo. By the way, there is a table leaned in the corner behind Carmelo and Ciampa.
Notice how Brock said it like that. It's key point.
Tommaso hooks Hayes, picks him up for the fairy tale ending. Braun Breaker with a spear into Ciampa through the table in the corner. Picks up Ciampa, picks him up, hoists him overhead with a military press into the power slam. 1, 2, 3. NXT 2.0 with the victory. Tommy, overall thoughts on the show?
I thought it was really good. I thought it was just good. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It's not, I don't know. It's not Undisputed Era versus Keith Lee.
It wasn't like, it's not like Undisputed Era versus literally pick any 4 people from NXT and they're going to have a fucking fantastic War Games match.
That's Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee.
That's literally what it was. It's like literally just do Undisputed Era and pick any 4 people from the men's roster of NXT.
4 faces.
4 faces from the
until
NXT
they
roster.
turn face and then have Pat McAfee put a team together.
Kick the soul out of a scumbag.
God, Pat McAfee's so good. But yeah, so I think right team won in that.
Yeah, I guess.
Wrong person took the pin though. It should have been Johnny taking the pin.
Yeah, you know what? As much as I hate to think about that, you're right. It should have been him because like the way they set up his
So he returned. So he came out with the return of Rebel Heart, his best theme song.
I still think that's his only theme song. I recognize it as his only one.
No, because he used the DIY theme for a while.
Right, I know, but like, it's his best one. Plus, he had an amalgamation of all of his takeover
attires,
which was awesome.
So, yeah. But that was War Games overall thoughts.
I was entertained.
I was entertained. Other news: WWE has named their pay-per-view on January 1st.
Hey, I got an idea for a day one pay-per-view. Let's call it Day One. Genius.
Promoted. I like how you think, kid. Yeah, we're gonna call it Day One. Yeah, you get it? Yeah. And we're gonna have the Usos come out, and they're gonna say, "This is Day One-ish." Yeah, the bloodline. Yeah. And I'm gonna have Roman beat Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Tommy has gotten up and walking. He has to take a lap on that.
You know what? They might actually do that. All jokes aside, they are for hell. I am 1,000% sure that they are going to do that.
Yeah, he's going to beat Brock Lesnar.
No. The Day One-ish.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have that mentioned at some point, probably. What else? SmackDown's coming to Kansas City. Tickets are on sale.
28th of January.
It is cheaper to get Royal Rumble tickets than it is to SmackDown.
What?
It's a smaller venue.
I know it's a smaller... What?
Yeah.
So wait, will that be the post-Rumble show for SmackDown?
No. Wait, 1 second.
Because it has to be the post-Rumble show, right?
I'm looking.
Because when's the Rumble? Or is that the Royal Rumble go-home show?
I'm about to figure this out here. So that's the 28th.
When's the Rumble?
That's what I'm looking. I'm going to Ticketmaster. What I had it pulled up. It's the day before.
So that is the go-home show?
Yeah.
So that means we pretty much have to drive to...
So this is the 10... We have not bought tickets yet.
We have not bought tickets. We're still thinking about it. I mean, if we're not going to go, we can just go to SmackDown and that's it.
I would like to go to the Rumble, though.
I would love to go to a Rumble. Love it.
And I don't know if we're going to have a better chance in this one.
This might be our only chance to go to a Rumble. I mean, we could go to a Mania, because Mania's in Arlington. That's not that far.
No, I'm not doing that.
That's a couple-hour drive. It's not that
I know,
far.
but I'm not going to this Mania. I don't feel... I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Tommy's remarking at
What was this celebration? What was that?
It's called Daniel Sorensen.
Okay,
He's
whatever.
from BYU.
Other than that, there's really nothing else that's been happening.
No, not really. Brandy Rhodes is back. Whoop-de flippin' do.
Nah.
But, yeah, so tentatively,
we are thinking about it.
Again, so, hang on. Sidebar for you. We've mentioned Brent on the show before. He's the one that we went to AEW with and I've been to Raw with before. If he does not want to come to either one, are we still going? He'll probably want to go to SmackDown.
If he doesn't want to go to the Rumble, then there's no point in going...
Well, it could still be me and you.
Yeah, I know, but there's no point in going across the state to go just you and me.
We could drag Macy along.
Does she really?
No,
really,
she wouldn't want
really?
to. No, but I think he might want to. I don't know. We haven't gotten a response back
This
from
is
him.
our only chance. This is literally the closest the Rumble will get.
And that's what I'm going to tell him, tickets are literally $25. So.
This is literally the closest the Rumble will get to us. And I mean the closest it will get to us.
Because Kansas City ain't getting a Rumble.
Unless they decide to build a new stadium.
That ain't happening.
New, arena. Which will definitely not happen.
It would have to be a dome. It would have to be a dome.
It'd have to be Sprint Center, but bigger.
It would have to be, giving Arrowhead a dome. And that's not happening.
That's true. It's not happening.
No. Arrowhead's going to stay the same. Kaufman's going to stay the same. But we'll talk more. But that's for sports. Tommy, anything else before we get to final plugs?
Hey, you know what you should listen to?
Oh, that's for plugs. But
Oh, no, nothing.
Nothing else?
Speaking of plugs, guess what?
We're on Spotify on BTT.
We are on the spoofy.
Holy crap! We are on Spotify for Big Time Talkers. Our first episode of that went live this past week on Wednesday night, I do believe. So episode 23 was the first one online on Spotify.
Spotify, episodes 1 through 22
are not going up.
Are not going on Spotify. We are starting with episode 23. If you want to listen to those episodes...
We'll explain that more on BTT.
We'll explain that more on BTT. But if you want to listen to the other ones leading up to episode 23, you have to go onto YouTube to listen to them.
We felt that was one of our goals that we had for the podcast.
Yes,
and there was some demand for it, actually.
Get on Spoofy!
Yeah, there was actually some demand
Notice how I call it spoofy. I love because there was a video I watched where they were like, their dad was like, "How do I work this spoofy thing?"
Yeah, well, you know. Let's see. Go follow B Card Entertainment on Twitter at BCardYT. I might have to update that Twitter handle now because we're no longer just on YouTube. May have to be B-Card E or something. I don't know.
B-Card E. Okay.
B-Card Entertainment. I don't know. You can't put a long tagline in there for your @ So, listen to Big Time Talkers this week. Tell me what's our top 5 that we're doing this week.
Oh, we're doing animals. Non-domesticated.
And non-extinct.
Non-extinct. That will be a completely different, separate one.
Which, by the way...
have to make that 10.
Because... I'm going through mine. I haven't put on quite a few that I need to.
So, no, I'm talking about not dinosaurs, like animals. So, for this caveat, the caveat of this one is that we can't have any overlapping ones.
Yeah. So, no deads, nothing that's extinct, nothing prehistoric. So, currently alive...
Or domesticated.
It's currently alive, non-domesticated animals. I'm talking about the prehistoric animal list. That one might have to be 10. Maybe. Because by the time we do that list, we are going to be in the heart of bowl season. There won't really be a lot to talk about.
Bowl season. We'll talk more about that on BTT this week.
Speaking of things we'll talk more about on BTT, Tommy is currently leading by one singular game for the B-Card title.
It all comes down to Monday night.
Tommy has...
Evil Empire versus Buffalo.
Speaking of, have you seen a tweet from the Twitter account?
I haven't got a notification for it.
Okay, so he's probably asleep then. So I'll have to send that out. Oh, well. That's fine. Because what time is it here?
Aren't they in Texas?
He's by Houston, though. So they're on the East Coast, aren't they?
They're by Houston.
I don't know.
What is a couple hours west from there?
Okay, whatever.
That's still Central Time.
Okay, well, it's almost 11, so he's probably asleep.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's why. I guarantee he did not stay up to watch a Chiefs game.
Definitely not, because this game looked boring as hell.
Actually, he probably did. He is a Chiefs fan.
This game looked boring.
So the person that runs our Twitter account lives in Houston. He's a cousin of mine. He is a UConn fan and a UConn graduate, which is great for him. And he's from Kansas City, so... Or his parents are.
Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really got anything to talk about in AEW. Remember, our review next week, the first episode of Ohio Valley Wrestling, featuring Jim Cornette on it, where he's in charge.
I don't know if I'm going to be... I don't know how to feel about this.
You're going to see so many names on that show that you're going to go, what the hell?
Was this like pre-Ruthless Aggression era?
This is 99.
So, leading up to Ruthless Aggression.
This is 1999.
Okay.
We are fully in, Attitude Era. Here are some of the names that are on the show.
I would like to find out when we review it.
I will give... How about I give you two names?
No. I want to go in completely blind.
No, for the fans, I'll give you two names. Ready?
I want to go in completely blind. Okay. Completely blind.
Kenny Bolin. He's the main manager at this time.
Who?
Exactly. He's friends with Jim Cornette. He's actually a pretty good manager. And the other one? Nick Dinsmore. You don't know who that is, but you'll recognize him when you see him.
Okay.
I just gave a little hint to Tommy, and I don't think he picked up on it. Anyway, that has been all that we have for We Are Not Entertained.
What? No, wait,
We have too many programs here.
We only have 2. What do you mean?
Exactly, it's too many. Anyway, that has been all that we have here from We Are Not Entertained. I've been Brock Gordon.
I've been Tommy Haley.
And until Big Time Talkers on Wednesday on both Spotify and on YouTube.
Both on the spoofies.
And YouTube. We will see you all next week. Have a wonderful rest of your day.